Hi, I'm Ray Lampe, Dr. Barbecue, hanging out here today at Slaps Barbecue with Jill. I'm in Kansas City, just promoting my new book, Big Green Egg Cookbook. Finally wrote one of those after 15 years being the spokesman, and so I'm finally getting around to promoting it. I'm in Kansas City today, gonna hang out later on and sign some of them, but for now I was just eating with Jill.
So I have a couple of questions for you, Ray. First one, what is a big green egg for those of us who aren't part of the cult yet?
Yeah, that's a softball question if ever I got one. Big Green Egg is a grill, smoker, oven. We call it the ultimate cooking experience because it really is just a backyard grill, but it's not your average grill. It's made out of ceramic, and the way it's set up, the diversity is my favorite thing about it. The different things you can do it. It's really a great grill. I can get it to 900 degrees to cook steaks. I can cook briskets on it. I've won a bunch of competitions using the Big Green Egg, but it's also a great pizza oven. It's a great baking. I'll put my prime ribs on it without any wood. It's just kind of like a wood-fired flavor. There's just so many different things you can do with it, and it does them all really well. I don't think there's anything better to have in your backyard.
So how's it different though than my grill that I bought, that I've had on my back porch forever, my charcoal grill?
Well, I always joke that my wife has a 2004 Corolla and I have a new Mercedes SUV. Both of them will get us to the store, and both of them would cook a burger. Your grill and mine would both cook a burger. But, one is going to just do a better job. There's a lot of nuances to it. You can burn a burger on just about anything. You can start a fire on the ground. But, I like to have nice toys. And it's the air control, controlling the temperature. I can keep the temperature at 325 all night long, or whatever temperature I choose. And then at the end, I want to maybe get it brown a little bit. If I open up the vents, it'll run up to 500 degrees and finish everything off. And you just can't do that with most grills.
So what are your favorite foods to cook on this? I know you have a recipe right there that's not your average.
Well, when we write in the cookbook, one of the mantras for Big Green Egg is that it's grill, smoke, roast, and bake. And it really is good at all those things. And that's what the cookbook I've divided into 4 pieces. This recipe here that you're talking about, it really is a great one. Chorizo and Shrimpo Fundido. Look at the fine picture there. And my buddy Angie Moser in Atlanta took all the pictures for the book. But it's just a chorizo is something. I live in Florida these days. It's a Spanish sausage that we use a lot. And it just goes really good with shrimp. It's a great combo. We see a lot of chorizo and shrimp tacos seem to be popping up everywhere. So I put those two together along with a cheese sauce, and it's really just a dip. So really you're just warming it on the egg. But again, it gets a little bit of that wood-fired flavor and changes it. It certainly doesn't taste the same as if you cooked it on the stove or the oven.
That sounds delicious. What else in the book should people be looking for?
Oh, there's a really great prime rib recipe. There's a whole chapter on pizzas. The Big Green Egg is a great pizza cooker. And I've never delved into it because I'm like the kind of psychotic guy that it has to start with what flour do we use. Let's just start there, let alone how many different dough recipes are we going to make and sauces. And then I grew up in Chicago, and I was just telling you this whole story. I have this real chip on my shoulder about Chicago pizza because Chicagoans do not eat big deep dish pizza. Once a year, maybe, like as a special occasion. Friday night we order thin crust pizza just like everybody else, cut into squares the way it should be. So it's a whole different thing. So it was finally time, when I'm going to write the Big Green Egg book, it was time to delve into the pizza thing. Well, I found a guy named Kim Youngblood, who's an old egghead, been around forever. And Kim is well known in the green egg freak world as the pizza guy. So I called Kim and I said, hey, talk to me about this. I said, will you share your pizza crust recipes with me? And he said, sure. They really haven't been published. It's stuff I've developed over the years. He gets full credit in here for it. So it took that whole thing off of my plate. I didn't have to spend a year working on the pizza dough. I just used Kim's recipes, and they're great. So I think that's really a fun thing to do. You got to make the dough. You got to let it rest for 3 to 4 days to make good pizza dough. If you're having trouble rolling out your pizza dough, that's why. You got to let it rest, and then it tastes better too. And then I made a real thin crust Chicago pizza. Also made a deep dish pizza in here as well, because Kim made that and he had a different kind of crust for it. So the pizzas was a whole adventure. And I mean, to me, the 10 pages on pizzas is worth the price of the book.
That's pretty awesome. Now, I wouldn't think of that as barbecue. Is this something that competition barbecuers are using, the green egg, a lot these days?
These days, we were talking about it earlier, it's the flavor of the month. Guys, they switch around. But you'll still always find some big green eggs, and there's some teams out there doing real well with it. There's a guy right by me in Florida that cooks a lot. The Dizzy Pig guys up in Virginia, they cook on them all the time and do real well still. You know, guys go in and out of fashion with different things that they're using, but certainly viable. I have in my office at home, I have a baseball bat from 2003. That was the Grand Champion trophy at a contest in Kentucky. It was the first time anybody cooked a contest on all big green eggs, and it was against all the big hitters of the time, and I was one of them, but I was cooking on something different, and I was getting involved with big green eggs, so we showed up with 4 green eggs, and I won the contest, and ever since then I've been working with them, but it's also been respected. We sold 11 green eggs in the parking lot that day to all my friends after I beat them all with the big green eggs. So yes, it's a viable competition cooker.
Okay, you really got me wanting one. Thanks so much, Ray. We really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
Always a pleasure, Jill. It's always fun to come to Kansas City.
Hope you enjoyed your Slaps barbecue.
I did. It was really good.
Awesome. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.